Let's see. It's 6:07 and this party's ending at 9, so I better get this going. Hi, if you guys don't know me, my name is Melissa Yu. I am the maid of honor. When Jillian first asked me to be the maid of honor, I'm like, what the heck? Heck yeah, we're going to Maui! But I think more personally, I've only been a maid of honor once, and that was for my sister. But I think this is, don't tell my sister this. But more personal to me is because, believe it or not, I did not meet Jillian first. I met Cameron. It was two of us. What was it? 2004? 2004. We're two little geeks. I'm from UCI. He's from Cal State Long Beach. We're trying to find our first career. So our first job. So what do? We're Googling it, and here we come across John Hunter and Associates. That's our boss right there. Cameron was hired January 2004 as an inspector. And I was hired February 2004 as engineer/inspector for environmental stormwater inspections. So the first thing is, when we came on board, Cameron was newbie 1. I was newbie 2. So first day I started, here's Cameron, who's happy-go-lucky, outgoing personality. Hey, how are you? You know, he's all excited about the job, and I'm like, who the heck is this weird guy? I'm like, okay, he's really friendly. He's like, you want to go to lunch? Every time he would ask me to go to lunch, I would turn him down. I'm like, no, it's okay, I don't know lunch. So I think he was a little surprised when one day, I was like, I came up to him and go, Cameron, you want to go to lunch? He's like, oh yeah! So surprised. So it was like, okay, he even told Jillian this, you know. So we went to this place called Jolly Beans, a Filipino fast food restaurant. And every time we passed that place, like Jillian, he told Jillian, he's like, hey, that's the place I had lunch with Melissa. Because Melissa rarely goes out with Cameron. But, I mean, I love Cameron. He's like a brother to me. He was so nice and everything. And then, so we're here at this company for 2 years trying to figure out, I'm like, yeah, you know, we need to broaden our skills, figure it out, you know, and start going searching out there. Well, January 2006 comes. And here's Cameron. We start interviewing, for the inspectors. He's on the board. Here comes this red bombshell on the door. Jillian! So here he goes, interviewing with his manager. You know, he's pretty much the lead inspector now. He's interviewing everything, and then here he goes. I'd like to take credit for the fact that they got together, but I have to give all the credit to John Hunter right over there. If it wasn't for him, this relationship would not happen. So here you go. He hires this girl. We're like, come on, John, you gotta hire him. We get the new redheaded girl. And you know, there's 3 things that Cameron wants in a dream girl. Number 1, red hair. Right? Number 2, she has to be smart. Jillian is clearly a smart girl. And number 3, she has to be able to wear those apple bottom jeans. You know, Cameron, that's his song. So we hired her in January 2006. So the first thing was like, well, you know, I was telling Cameron, we need to take these new people out. So our staff was expanding. So what happened is, me and Cameron, our careers broadened, and we ended up becoming managers at John Hunter Associates. So we're like, let's take them out to happy hour. So, because Jillian was a shy girl, she barely talked. We're like, okay, she's being serious, maybe because it's a new job, right? So we go to TGIF, right? So she comes in and she's like, hey. And then we're like, okay, and the waitress comes in. I'm like, I'm trying to read this girl. I'm like, okay, she's shy, she's really quiet. But she came along, so we're all having new staff around there, and then we're like, the waitress comes to her and she goes, so what would you like to order? Not one hesitation. And I look at her. You know, I'm scanning her down. She goes, I like a Cadillac margarita. I'm like, oh my God, I love this girl. She knows what she knows. That's great. She knows what she wants. So from there, it was like, we try to keep this, hey, let's go to happy hour. Let's do all this stuff, you know? And then Cameron, here he goes. Like, I cannot tell you day in and day out. Every time he'd come up with a puzzle theory, analytical stuff. It was just crazy. He's like, what do you think about this? This is what you get with a physics major. What's even crazier, it's a small world. As I got to know him even more, like, he grew up in Long Beach, Lakewood. Believe it or not, my husband's from Long Beach, Lakewood. They went to the same school. And they didn't know each other at all. It was just like a small world. So then, we're trying to get to know Jillian better. And here's Jillian. Over the years, everyone knows she's a vegetarian, but I love her thinking. She loves animals. If you guys know her, she's in love with orangutan. She will run you over. Over the course of the 6-7 years I've known her, I think she's picked up a hamster off the street and a ferret. Yeah, still there. She loves animals. Don't mess with her. But that's what I love about her. And then, fishes. She's like, fish profile. They only have a profile. You can eat fishes, but they don't have a profile. So I love her theories. It's so fun. They're perfect together. So when they started to get to know each other, there was one day I'm like, we need to keep this happy hour going, right? So one night we went to BJ's, but sad to say, it was only 3 of us. First there was like 10 of us. It's only 3 of us, so it's like the 2 managers, Cameron and Melissa, and then there's Jillian. I could tell you this much, I felt like the 3rd wheel at that day. I was like, okay, I'll see you guys later. I think at that point, I knew that there was an attraction there. I think I was kind of avoiding it. But I was like, okay, we'll see how it goes. And believe it or not, there they sparked, And so from there, I was like, I eventually I moved on to my horizons. Cameron wasn't going to leave, Jillian's there. So I told John I'm leaving. I didn't know what this relationship was going to be like. And I asked Jillian, hey, are you dating Cameron? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it's going. She didn't want to take it seriously. But I didn't figure out till my wedding. Jillian was one of my bridesmaids. And believe it or not, my wedding, I figured out that they were really serious because I had a photo booth at my wedding. And there it was. I actually get the DVD of all the images. So one of the last few images I had, here's Cameron and Jillian taking some funny pictures. And Jillian told me later, I knew it. And you were going to see that and be like, okay. From there, I knew that there was a relationship, and I knew that they were really good together. And I was so happy. Believe it or not, at first it was like, okay, my 2 friends. But then I was actually really happy because they were really happy together. I don't know if you guys know, but Jillian is very easy to surprise. So about a few months ago, me and my partner in crime, Cameron, I go, Cameron, I'm going to throw you light in the shower real quick. So you got to surprise Jillian. So the minute we surprised Jillian, we were like, she was so shocked. She thought we were going to our friend's birthday party. It ended up being her wedding shower. She was completely shocked. But what I thought was great about that party, we all got to know each other. I got to know a lot of groomsmen. Kind of get to know who we're going to be hanging out with at the wedding. But I thought what was really, really blown away. My husband decides, okay, let's take out the yearbook. He has a yearbook from Lakewood High School. And his Cameron and Cuz, they went to Lakewood High School. So here we are. I have this yearbook. And then here it is, this half mullet that I guess it's from a band called Crapbag Uncle. I don't know what it was. It's the edgy look. And here we are. I see my husband. I see him. And then the thing is, here's Jillian. This is what really throwing me away. She's like, I don't know who you had to have dated. And then she picked out of the box, picked out the yearbook, 2 possibilities. And right when she picked the 2 possibilities, I looked at Dave's face. Because right when she said the name, Dave walked out of the room. I'm like, oh my God, she has it. I realized you have your soulmate. She knows everything you know. She knows what your type is, everything. You've got your soulmate, buddy. I kid you not. And I realized, this is great. This is the perfect union. So with that, I'd like to end off with some marriage advice. I've had 5 years of it. Everything is going to be great. But you are going to have times when it is difficult. But I want you to remember, be patient, communication, and most importantly, listen to one another. So I would like to end with a quote that I actually heard from a guy that I actually married. I married him. Marriage is not about finding someone you can live with. It's about finding someone you can live without. So to Jillian and Cameron, may you have love, laughter, and many, many kids. To Jillian and Cameron.
Cheers!